Hi YouTube, back to Basics Gal here again. I'm going to share with you how I make homemade sauerkraut or fermenting cabbage in a harsh pot. I've already gone ahead and shredded the cabbage and per USD guidelines only use canning and pickling salt for this recipe. Um, if you use iodized salt or salts that have additives, it could prohibit the proper fermentation of the cabbage. You don't want to do that. This recipe is posted by the USDA. It is for every 5 pounds of cabbage, you use 3 tablespoons of the pickling and canning salt. And what I do is I have this big container here, and I measure out the 5 pounds. I weigh it. You can see I've got a bowl over on the scale waiting to be added. But I add I do 5 pounds of shredded cabbage at a time. And what I do is I put the cabbage in, or the salt in the cabbage, and I make sure that it's pretty much evenly coated. I'll go through here and flip it and let it sit until it starts to look wilted. Okay, it's sat for about 15 minutes and it's starting to look wilted. It's starting to release the waters. That's what the salt does, is it draws out the liquid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start filling the crock now, the harsh pot. And you can see that it's getting the liquid starting to release from it. But you want to pack on, I'm going to use this on my cabbage stomper, and I'm going to pound this down firmly. And what that does is it starts to release the liquid out of the cabbage, the juice, as this starts to actually start the fermenting process. Anyway, so I just keep on, every time I put some in, I stomp it down. Whoops. And you can see the liquid in the pan here. It's already started to release that. You want to make sure everything's pretty much sterilized, for this process. So you want to pour, make sure everything's been cleaned. This is going to ferment in this pot anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. I keep it on my counter in the corner, and these harsh pots are expensive. I'm not going to kid you on that. I got mine from Wise Men Trading, I think is the company. It's online. This is not the smallest one, but it's not the largest one either. It's this holds I think 7 pounds of cabbage. Anyway, I don't remember. I know I filled this up twice, and it pretty much fills the pot up. That's what it looks like after it's mashed down, and the liquid will start releasing. And I'll show you this as I get this filled up. I'm going to weigh this up and put the salt in there and continue to pack this in here. You can see that this has already started to release all this liquid. See how much liquid has actually been released. If you need to, and you don't have enough liquid to over these stones, the stones should be completely submerged in the liquid. And if you've got to add liquid to this to make sure that they're covered, the USDA recommends it for every let's see what it was. It was for every gallon of water. You use 6 tablespoons of the pickling and canning salt. See how the stones are below the surface of the water? That's got probably about an inch and a half over the stones, just as long as that's that I make sure that there's no exposure of the cabbage. It's all got to be below the liquid. And then what I do is I take the salt water mix. I did a half gallon, so I used for the half gallon I used 3 tablespoons per half gallon of water. And this will keep I'll hear the bubbles as it's fermenting will come up through this water channel here. I'll just make sure I keep water in it. And as the process goes, in 3 to 4 weeks, I'll be back to show you the end product. This is Back to Basics, Gal. See you in 3 or 4 weeks with the results. Thanks for stopping by.